right, everybody, welcome back. We are here with our next guest. This is a stand-up comedian, talk show host, actor. He does it all. This is Dave Konig. Dave, how are you, man?
Gosh, what an accomplished individual I am. Wow, I'm so multi-gifted and talented. How are you, pal?
I'm doing great. It's great talking to you. I'm real happy that you're here joining us today. You've been doing this for a long time. You've been, I remember, it must have been about 20 years ago when I first started seeing you on the Metro Channel.
The Metro Channel, holy smoke.
Yeah, the Subway Q&As. Those were awesome, and I loved all of those. Those are great.
Yeah, that was a big hit show. The Metro Channel is a big hit network, and Subway Q&A was a big hit show. I would have gotten more exposure if I had appeared on an elevator surveillance camera video.
But you did some cool stuff. Like, I was just looking, like, so yesterday was the anniversary of the Ramones releasing their very first album. And then I see you when I'm interviewing the Ramones on the subway back in those days.
I was people don't know this about me. I was the fifth Ramone. Did you know that? I'm often considered to be the fifth Ramone. Look at this. I look so pink. Why do I look so pink? The lighting in here is terrible.
I thought you were doing that ultraviolet. Are you doing that light stuff to try to get rid of the coronavirus?
I don't even know where, Don, I don't even know where to look. I don't even know where the camera is. I was not cut out for this whole Zoom lifestyle. I need a TV studio with a crew and craft services and snacks and coffee and interns. That's what I need. I did this whole pandemic world of entertainment. It just leaves me cold. I look at it. I look terrible. Look how red I look in the face. What's wrong with me? Don, what's wrong with me? You look great. You're sitting there in your hacienda, somewhere in your secret hacienda in Long Island. You look beautiful. You got the right lighting. I look like an escaped lunatic with a skin condition. It's awful. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I think you look handsome as ever, Dave.
Go on with you crazy lug.
Now you have been kind of dealing with the quarantine in a very positive way. I think it spawned something creative from you. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
This is my wife's fault, frankly, because when the whole damn thing started. By the way, can I say goddamn on your show? Can I much prefer to say goddamn than damn. Goddamn so much more. That's such a great word, goddamn.
That's a little bit extra.
It feels good to say that.
Yeah, a little extra punch.
Oh yeah, with anything. You'd be having lunch, so, pass the goddamn ketchup, and it just gets everybody's attention.
You know you mean it. You really want the ketchup.
That's right. That's when you know you really want the ketchup. But no, my wife, when the whole goddamn thing started, my wife said to me, I said, what are we going to do? We're going to be locked in the house. I can't go out. I can't do any shows. I had some shows lined up. They all, like I'm sure every stand-up comic in America, we all had our shows canceled. I was on a little bit of a roll with some TV parts. So, nobody's doing TV. So everything, I'm stuck in the house with my wife and my teenage son, which, by the way, every 14-year-old boy's dream in life, to be stuck in an apartment with his parents night and day for 6 weeks.
He must be having a blast.
Yeah. I think we're going to end up on the front page of the Post any day now. Massive murder-suicide in the Bronx. But listen, let me tell you something, Don. So she says to me, do a show on Facebook every day. It'll keep you focused. It'll keep you, from getting all down and out. So we started doing a show every weekday on my Facebook page. I thought this thing would last a couple of weeks. 6 weeks, I'm still doing the show. I ran out of material about 4 weeks ago. I'm pulling out, you should see, I'm pulling out stuff I wrote 30 years ago that wasn't even good then.
I'm enjoying it. Your show, you do it every single day at 6 o'clock. Weekdays only, right? Or is it the weekend?
No, we take the weekend off because I get exhausted. I need 48 hours to charge my battery.
Right. So you're doing it every day at 6 p.m. People could catch it on your Facebook Live, Dave Koning on Facebook. I started watching them. and you get roped in. You're very good at the monologuing and dialogue. You got kind of an old school Johnny Carson flavor to you, a little Johnny meets David Letterman flavor to you.
Well, I'll tell you what really helps is so my wife insisted I do this show. I said, all right, I'll do it on one. You have to be my studio audience. You know,
right.
I'm not going out there all by myself. And so I forced my wife to sit with. She doesn't want to come on camera. She sits off camera, and her job is unfortunately she has to laugh at all my jokes, and she's heard all these jokes before. You know, she's heard all my material before, so she's the most brilliant actress in America because she's laughing at stuff she's heard 100 times and that she didn't even particularly like. You know, right. The first time. So that helps a lot. You know.
I think it's great. I love how you know that she is kind of your audience and that she does give back and that she has her own catchphrase too, which is pretty awesome.
She's got her own catchphrase with her own line of products with her catchphrase. Susan Konig, Hi Everybody products. You can go on her website. You can buy Susan Konig, Hi Everybody, with a picture of Susan. It says, Hi Everybody. And she's got ointments and, you know, and it's all overpriced. I mean, she's a gonif. She's a total criminal, this woman. She's charging like $800 for a coffee cup with her face on it. I said, honey, that's ridiculous. It's so overpriced. She said, yeah, but if I could just sell one.
Yeah, there you go. You got to strike the iron while it's hot, you know?
But, you know, the thing about doing a show with your wife is, so we do the show at 6 o'clock. And, you know, we've been locked in this apartment now for 6 weeks together, every waking moment and day. There are days where it's a guess if we're actually going to do the show or kill each other, you know. So we could be like, and then it's like, honey, are you going to do the show with me at 6 o'clock? Oh, okay.
So how does that work? Is it like almost like, you know, your day is, okay, I got to write the show, write the monologue. So it's keeping you busy throughout the course of the day?
Oh, yeah. It keeps me busy and plowing through the material and, you know, because I have I did a couple of solo shows off Broadway, so I pulled those off the shelf, my stand-up act off the shelf, not just the A material, the B and the C material. Sometimes we're getting to the D material, you know, but we're getting it all out there because I promised I would do a show every day. It's only 15 minutes, you know, it's 15 or 20 minutes. And I tell show business anecdotes and, you know, I kill time. I kill time. And I invite you all to come kill time with me if you like. Because what the hell else are we going to do?
You're 30 shows deep already. You're got a whole full season going.
Isn't that shocking? How often do you do this show, Don?
We do this once a week. So this will be, yeah. So going into the quarantine, this is our 6th show coming up now. So these quarantine specials. Then we in Governor's Comedy Club, we have a radio station in the back room there where we do our live podcasts and stuff like that. So now we're all at home. I'm here in Manorville, Long Island, right outside of the Hamptons out there.
You're from Brentwood, aren't you?
Yes.
Aren't you originally from Brentwood?
Yeah.
I'm from the Bronx, right? But for about 5 years when I was a kid, we lived in Brentwood, right? And I was a little kid, you know, so this is like the late 60s or early 70s or mid 60s, depending on how much I'm currently lying about my age. And so we had a little house out in Brentwood, your hometown.
Wow.
And it was all civil servants. Everybody. My dad was a house painter, worked for the city housing authority. And the kid across the street, his dad was a postman and a garbage man and a cop. And the cop had all the nice stuff. He had good stuff at his house. I don't know what he was up to.
Yeah, exactly. But, especially Brentwood cops.
Brentwood. Well, so we lived there in the 60s, Don. And so now cut to like 30 years later, and we're out in the Hamptons, right? Me and my wife and my kids. And we're driving back to the city from the Hamptons. And I say to the kids, I say, you know what? Let's go to Brentwood and see if we can find Daddy's old house, you know, where I lived when I was a kid. Right. So I get the kids all excited. Oh, we're going to see Daddy's old house. This is going to be exciting. And I'm excited. It's like, oh, I haven't been to Brentwood since I was a little boy. I'll find the house. I'll see the patio my dad made. Oh, it'll be great. We get to Brentwood. This is broad daylight. I go, honey, roll up the windows, lock the doors. We've made a horrible mistake. Lord, what the hell happened to Brentwood?
Brentwood is having some problems, the MS-13 and all that stuff. And
they got more than that. They got MS-14, MS-15. They got all the MS.
They got it all, man.
Oh, man. Anyway,
Yeah, that was my stopping grounds for a long time. Good old Brentwood, Strong Island.
Did you go to school there? When
Yeah,
you were a kid?
graduated. Yeah, graduated from Brentwood Ross High School and all that.
Did you go to elementary school there?
Yeah, grew
Did you
up
go
there.
to East Elementary by any chance? I
No, I went
remember
to
it was called
South.
East Elementary. Oh,
Yeah,
South. Oh, you went to South.
I went to
Oh,
South Junior High, and there was Oak Park Elementary School. So
fantastic.
yeah,
Fantastic. Yeah, Brentwood's a trip. We got the hell out of there very fast.
that's cool that you lived there. So we both had Brentwood as our stomping grounds at one point.
Yeah, and I stomped the hell out of there, and I'm never going back. So enough of that town, I'll tell you that.
Oh man. So now you got the show, and I was looking at your reel. You've done a lot of great stuff, a lot of great work. You do dramatic stuff, comedy stuff. You've been like, but one of my favorite pieces that I saw in your reel was, and I remember seeing it on the actual show too, was with the Louie episode.
Oh, Louie, yes.
Yes, when you come running out, and I'll give you 500. I mean 400.
Oh, that's such a great joke. That was such a great joke. So it was the fifth season of Louie. I got on the fifth. They had seen me they brought me in a couple of times, and I didn't know Louie. I don't know, I'm not from the hip. I was never in with the in crowd over at the Comedy Cellar, so I don't know the guy. But they bring me in, and it's the fifth season. And I'm playing the owner of the comic strip. For some reason, Louie's usually at the Cellar. This season, he was at the comic strip. They got me playing the owner. And I'm trying to con him into staying. Here's the interesting. I'm trying to con him into staying and emceeing the open mic night. And he doesn't want to do it. Now, he wrote this great joke. And here was the joke. The joke is I go, come on, Louie, you got to do it. You got to do it. He said, I don't want to do it. I'm going home. I say, I'll give you $500, $400. He says, what happened to the 500? I said, that was before. He says, before, it was barely after. So I've already negotiated down in one sentence from, now here's the weird thing about it. God bless the man. I mean, I don't know him. Little out of touch. Where was the last time anybody got paid $500 to host an MC an open mic night at a comedy? Exactly. What planet did that take place on? But we're shooting the thing. And he, as you recall, he wrote and directed, and it was his show. And we get done, and he goes, and he said, it was, he was a serious guy on the set. But then we get done with shooting the scene, and he says, oh, that was great. He said, we're gonna have you back. I said, oh, I'm available, Louie. That's great, And I figured this is my recurring role. I'm going to come back. I'm going to be the owner of the club, me and Louie. I'm going to get a spinoff. I'm going to have my own show. I'm going to make $1 million. And then, a couple of weeks later, boom, his whole career exploded. So that was I have a feeling that's not going to be my recurring role after all.
Yeah, because he ended up having a different recurring role of his own.
Yeah, I read something about it in the papers.
Yeah, it was a little blip somewhere in the news about him. Yeah. But no, I think that's really cool. And you've been on a lot of these shows, and to break into the acting side, is that always where you wanted to go, or?
Well, I started off as I was an obnoxious child actor when I was a kid. I ran away from Brentwood to get in the show business. So I was a child actor. I wasn't a particularly successful child actor, but I was a child actor, and I did a lot of theater as a kid and all that. And then I took then I hit my awkward teenage years. The very tough transition child actor into the gawky teenage years, and I kind of I had my years scrounging around as a kid, and then I got into stand up as an adult. Well, hopefully as an adult. I mean, who wants to see a kid do stand up?
Yeah, it's
dreadful. So no, I've always been an actor, and finally the last couple of years, everyone else in the industry caught on to that. They went, oh, okay, let's throw this guy a bone. So,
well, you've definitely been doing this for a long time, and you've done a little bit of everything. You've hosted your own TV shows before. You did the Subway Q&A. So like with something like this, so the Facebook Dave Konig show.
Oh, it's a tremendous come down. Are you kidding me? It's a tremendous come down for me. I used to be on actual TV studio sets with people and cameras. I don't even know how to I didn't even know how to get on your show today. My wife had to show me how to get on Zoom today. I don't even know where to look right now. I don't need this aggravation, Don.
You've been doing great. So I guess that I got the answer from. I was going to ask you, would you continue doing the Facebook
Absolutely.
Live
This?
when we get back to normal life? Yeah.
Absolutely not. No way. No. I want to go back to real show business. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I want real show business where they actually occasionally pay you money. You're not making any money doing this, Don, are you?
No, I'm not. I wish I would. It would be nice.
It's like us. We should be paid for our work.
Yes.
Tell you what, I'm going to send you a check for $12 because I want you to make something off of this show today.
You're awesome, man. I love you. I'm hoping that when we're all done with this, that big things happen for you, that you can come on our show to Governors in Levittown. Yeah, Levittown, Long Island. It'd be great to have you on live.
Anytime you want. Anytime you want. I'll tell you a quick story. Got time for a quick story?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll give you the short version of a quick story. So 10 years ago, I'm a Jew, right? And I'm, and I conned my way into hosting a radio show on the Catholic radio channel. Okay. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That takes talent. So for a while, I was working for the Catholic Church, which was very stressful. It was a stressful situation. And I get booked to do Governors. I'm coming out to Governors to do a show with John Mulrooney. John Mulrooney
nice.
was, and I'm coming out there, and I had like psychosomatic stress from working for the Catholic Church. I had these back pains, these spasms. So I make it out there, but I can't get off the subway platform. I'm like on the I'm lying down on the platform.
Oh wow!
Like my back is all spasmed up. So I got a great history with Governors. They love me out there.
Well, hopefully this time when you come down, no back spasms. You get out there, we'll rock it. We'll have a great time and have you on the show.
Anytime.
It'll be awesome. You're the best.
The first thing I want to do when the pandemic is over is come out there and hang out with you.
That's the first thing. That's the first. Excellent. That was my first choice too. Is that hang out? We hang out together.
That's right.
Yeah, but let's hope we get through this. And in the meantime, I want everyone to kind of check your show out every day, every weekday at 6 o'clock. Dave Konig.
Why not?
Yeah, it's awesome.
What the hell else you got to do? You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You're getting on your family's nerves. They can't stand you anymore. They started out liking you. Now, after 6 weeks, they can't stand you. So join me on my show and join Don on his show. What else are you going to do? You watch shows on Zoom. This is the new thing we all do.
There you go.
You're big Zoom stars.
Dave Konig, everybody. Thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you, Don. God bless.
God bless, my friend.